Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shantae Arati. This is your Get Your Money Stimulus Update and Report. I am so glad to be here. This is Friday, September the 11th. So I'm bringing you up-to-date news. This is really to help all of you entrepreneurs and small business owners out there. As usual, do hit that like button. Do share this video and our channel because sharing is caring. There's so many businesses out there that need the information that we are providing. And do hit that subscribe button. So if you're returning to our channel, you're part of the family. If you're new, welcome on in. I want to bring you these updates that are important to you. There's quite a few of them, so I'll try to make it quick and to the point. I wanted to first start with giving you all an update on the skinny bill that the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, had put up for vote this week. He introduced it this week and then put it up for vote. And guess what? It did not pass the Senate. So I, in previous videos, shared with you that there is already a stimulus bill that is being negotiated between the House and the Senate that they can't quite get it together and come to a decision on. So I don't know why either side would be trying to put forth these skinny bills that's not going to pass. Because what you have to understand is no matter what bill they come up with, so they're spending time on that instead of negotiating the bills they already have, right? And so knowing that it is not going to pass, is not going to pay, is the Republican bill. The Democrats weren't going to pass it. They didn't. And even if they did, it was never going to pass the House, right? So the question is, why are they not negotiating the bill that is already before them? The House passed way back in May, the HEROES Act. And then the Senate, delayed, sat on that, went on vacation, then came back with a HEALS Act bill. And they were negotiating, and then things stalled. Nothing happened with it. There wasn't much communication between Nancy Pelosi and the Trump administration. Then discussions started happening again, but slow moving. So it's like, where are we at this point? One thing that that has bipartisan support is a stimulus check, unemployment, more PPP money. But they just can't seem to negotiate. And one thing is really interesting and concerning that Marco Rubio, who is over the Entrepreneurship and Small Business Committee. So that's why I'm always saying petition him and the leaders of that committee to get us our money, get us all of the benefits, the stimulus that are beneficial to entrepreneurs and small businesses. But I believe he made a statement to the point of probably won't, the American people won't get a stimulus until after the election. Like, I don't understand that type of mindset. When you all are supposed to be leaders serving on behalf of the American people, you just need to make it happen. I mean, we do this all the time in the real world, don't we, you guys? Whether you all are, if we're in school, if we're in the workplace, we're constantly negotiating and making decisions and not stalling. So I don't know why when we're in a crisis that we're in a crisis. This is a pandemic. And why is it so difficult for them to come up with a solution? I don't know. But that's where that stimulus is. So that these skinny bills that they're trying to do is just taking the attention off of the stimulus package that they're already supposed to be negotiating. So it was dead in the water. And so nothing is happening with that. So we'll see after the weekend what happens if they really decide that they're going to start getting serious about negotiating, the stimulus package on behalf of the American people. Okay. So I wanted just to remind you all that, again, 9 million of you all do not have unclaimed stimulus check from the first check that went out. So while we're talking about the second one that we all want to happen, there are still millions of you all that have not claimed your stimulus checks. I know most of us have gotten them, but if you are one or you have family members that don't usually file, they're non-filers, they need to submit a non-filer form on the IRS website at www.irs.com by October the 15th if you expect to get your check by year's end. That's going to be important. Otherwise, it will be 2021 and you will need to file taxes in order to get that money. So that's going to be very important. That's that $1,200 individual and $2,400 if you're a married couple. Okay. Now, as far as the stimulus check, I did mention that President Trump is thinking about and proposing that money be taken out of what is already available from the CARES Act. I believe $300 billion and put that towards a stimulus check. He needs to get Congress approval for that money to be reallocated, as we know. And there's no amount that has been targeted for that, that he's saying that will be provided. But that is something that is being proposed while they're still trying to negotiate the stimulus package. So we'll see again how that goes. There's been no further updates on that. But again, they want us to have a stimulus check. The thing is how much and how soon are they going to get it to us? I wanted to make a comment regarding unemployment. I mentioned that there have been several, probably thousands of people that have been overpaid. And so depending on your state, you may have to repay it depending on if it was the fault of miscalculation on the fault of the state or if it was your fault. Either way, depending on your state, you may have to pay it back if it was their fault or you may not. So I would really encourage you all to follow up with your state unemployment office. If you received a notice, or if you're in your back office where you file your claims, your weekly claims, and you see a difference, if you see a section that says overpayment or OP, that stands for overpayment, or a significant decrease in your balance, you really want to reach out to them and see what's happening, because you have about 3 weeks to file an appeal on that. So you don't want to be responsible for paying back money if you don't have to, especially if it was not your fault. Okay. One thing that I really want to talk about, because it's really big in the news right now regarding all of this stimulus. I know a lot of you all have talked about it. It's been a concern for me as well. We've talked many times about the fraud, right? You all have reported a lot of people that you said, you're like, I know people, or I have peers that are getting EIDL money or PPP money, and they're making up businesses, or they're saying they have employees that they don't have. And what did I say from the beginning? I said, those people, they won't get away with it. Like they will, the government will come after their money at some point or another. So that's exactly what they're doing. And there has been a lot of money obtained by businesses through criminal means or fraudulent means. So whether it's a person that falsified having a business, or said they had employees that they didn't have, or overstated their financials, saying that they earn more than what they did to get more money, or if they use the money for what it was not intended for. So there's a lot of these cases, and you think this would be common sense, right? But there are people, businesses. There was just a NFL player that was arrested and has been charged for fraud in relation. I believe it's in relation to PPP. So there has been fraud with both of those programs: the Paycheck Protection Program, which is the forgivable loan program, and then the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, which is referred to as the EIDL program, that came with the grant and the loan. Both have had instances of fraud. and a lot of it, right? That's in addition to the businesses that got money, the billionaires and millionaires that shouldn't have gotten the money, but those that were fraudulent. So that's why I said, please be careful how you're using the money. If you were funded through any of these programs, when they tell you to certify, right? So they wanted to get the money to us quickly. So they bypassed a lot of the protocols that they usually go through, the long, exhaustive process to help the business owners. But they knew there would be some instances of fraud. But I mean, it is outrageous how much of it there actually is. But there was always going to come a time that they were going to have investigators and prosecutors on it. So they have made several arrests, several charges of fraud and criminal activity. This is also for those of you that decided you weren't going to use it for the monies for your business. That is fraudulent. When you apply, you attest to certain things and you certify that you're who you say you are, that your business is what it is, that you've been in business, that you met the criteria, right? That you were not disbarred or you didn't have any, you weren't banned for government programs, and that you would use the money for business. When you certify to those types of things, that's legally binding. That's a contract. They can hold you to that, and they definitely will. So there are people that went out and bought extravagant things, took trips. Someone bought a Lamborghini. Somebody bought a boat. That is not what the idle money is supposed to be used for. If there's any question about how you're to use your money, your idle funds, please go watch my video on the do's and don'ts of using your idle funds. Okay, that's going to be really important. A lot of people have told me how much they appreciate that video because they really weren't sure how to use it because they're vague. The SBA is very vague in what they say you can use the money for. So I really go into detail about what they mean in their generalities to specifics of how you can use the money for your business. And the purpose is for both of these funds is to help you restore your business back to what it was before the pandemic happened, right? PPP is to help you sustain your employees, right? To make sure they stay employed. So you have to understand what these programs are for. And if you're applying, you're getting funded through these programs to use the money for exactly what they say is for. This includes grant money as well. A lot of times when you apply for grant money, there's stipulations on what it must be used for. So I just won another one, and they asked me, what do you intend to use the money for? Will you be willing to report back on the use of the money? Even though it's free money, they're going to, they may follow up with you. They will let you know what the follow-up protocol is, if there's any type of reporting that you will have to provide. Know that this is standard. This is standard. Be ready to account for every single penny that you have spent in any federal dollars or any grants that you have received. This is so important. I really don't want anybody that's watching this channel to get in trouble or to go to jail, or any of your friends to go to jail simply because you decided to use the money for what it was not intended for. Okay, this is very important. So they are really cracking down. So for those of you that are out there, entrepreneurs you're concerned about, that you thought was doing some stuff or may not know what to do with their money, please, again, share this video, share this channel, let them know, come watch this video, tell them to really make sure that they are on top of their money, that you have it in a bank account, that you're really tracking it, get your accounting system set up. Is not expensive. They're free accounting systems like Wave apps that has a mobile app as well, is a free tool. This will save you in the long run. Okay. Because there was another lady just recently, again, fraudulent, overstated, said she had employees that she didn't have, money that she didn't have. She was funded almost $20,000 for the PPP program. Okay, she was arrested and charged and convicted. or she was charged, and if she's convicted, she will have, they're telling her that she has to pay back the entire almost $20,000 that she was given. On top of that, she has to pay a fine of $5,000 and will possibly spend 2 years in prison. So was that worth it? So not only did she get the money taken, but now she has to pay even more on top of that. She has to pay that back and plus some, and then possibly go and serve time in jail for lying about having employees she didn't have. And I've said that from the very beginning. If you don't have employees, contractors are not employees. If you don't have employees, do not say you have, don't say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many that you don't have. Because you're going to get in trouble. It's going to come back. If it hasn't done it already, just be prepared. And save you a little reserve. Like, know what you have planned for the money, track it, and be ready. Just assume that someone will come asking you about what your money and how you spent it. It could be any, especially at the federal level, the SBA, the IRS, the federal government, any of their arms. The inspector general can come back and ask you and require you to provide documentation. Right? So just know where your money is. That's going to be very important. These are important for stimulus updates because, again, you have to be a good steward over your money. It's not just about getting your money, but it's how are you going to manage your money? What are you going to spend it on? How are you going to benefit your business, your industry, and your community? With the funds that you're given as a business owner, you are the CEO of your business, which means you're liable. Which brings me to the point of, if you're not legally structured, your business is not legally structured, and you're operating as a sole proprietor, I would highly recommend that you make a plan to quickly legally structure your business and register your business. Because as long as you're a sole proprietor, if somebody comes after you, we're already in a litigious society. They're coming after your personal assets, because as a sole proprietor, you and your business are one. And if somebody comes after your business legally to sue you or file a claim against you or your business and you are one, and they're coming after your assets. That's one of the main reasons why you should legally structure your business and formulate a legal entity for your business and not operate as a sole proprietor. That's going to be very important. So as always, please do, if you all have any questions, I always circle back to answer. If I don't have the answer, I will find it or point you in the right direction, provide you with the resource. But I want you all to be able to sustain your business, to rise and thrive. But you have to make sure that you're doing the right thing for yourself and the right thing for your business, and always operating with integrity. This is stuff that no one else is going to be telling you here on YouTube. Right? I am a business consultant. So I know I'm a risk manager. So I'm great at marketing, but if you have to have a strong foundation, these are things that are really going to help you in the long term with your business, right? So you don't want anything that's going to hinder you or cause you to lose anything more than what you've already lost. So again, these are the updates. So again, the stimulus, they're still negotiating, not much movement. The skinny bill failed in the Senate, so it's not even moving anywhere. Unemployment, just make sure that you're on top of that. Know if you have an overpayment, take action, appeal if you need to. If they're saying that you have an overpayment, that you submitted all your right information, because they will hold that and make you pay that back, or possibly reduce your funds that you have been given, or prevent you from getting additional funding. Now, with unemployment, Trump signed into executive order the extra $300 a week. That's already been exhausted. So, 40, believe 48 states were approved for the funding. Already been exhausted. So I said that there was only a small pool of money, $40 billion, to be retroactive back to August the 1st, for 3 weeks. So if you are one of those that qualify, you must, according to that executive order, you must be receiving at least $100 in unemployment to get that extra $300. So there are states that are initiating some of their own stimulus and relief and putting money towards it, but not all states were able to do that. But because this Congress is taking so long, a lot of the states are taking action on behalf of their constituents. So really do stay connected and, with the news sources and what's happening in your state. There's also grant money available. I had mentioned yesterday that a lot of the big grants, right? Big money is actually coming from your state, your county, and your city. So I definitely encourage you to apply for those grants. There is money out there. So many of us were locked out of the federal funding. What I've been able to do is get grants. So whether it's through my city, my county, and my state, and other organizations locally, that's where a big bulk of the money have been coming from for me, and nationally. I haven't gotten any federal money. I'm still waiting on my EIDL, and I just got off the phone with the director of the SBA. It's literally like banging your head against the wall. Just telling them how frustrated I am, and them not really understanding that they have terrible system issues, and they're not sending out proper notifications, so that we at least know where we stand, what our status is. Are we denied or are we approved? If we were denied, where are the notes? If we are approved, where are the notes? So I understand the frustration. I told him, I said, I'm in here for the fight. If I wasn't, man, I want to give up too. And I said, how many small business owners have just given up on this program? You all are they're making it so hard. Especially when I applied back in March. And then they approved me. Then next thing I know, I didn't have any notification. I'm waiting on my deposit again. And I go in, I'm like, what's going on? And then it said decline. It said denied 0. And then we'll email you. And an email that I never received. No explanation. So now the director is supposed to be going to talk to somebody to get me answers as to what happened with my EIDL loan money. So again, I understand that I understand. I've gone through a lot of what you all are going through or have been through with these programs. So I understand it. That's why I'm advocating for us. And that's why I am sharing with you all other opportunities to get access to funding for you to be able to sustain your business, to keep your doors open. Because unfortunately, our federal leaders aren't operating on our behalf like they should be. And I will continue to fight. And I would encourage you to continue to fight and continue to use your voice. I'm not going to sit back and sit still and be quiet and just let them do whatever. This is my life. This is your life. I have to take care of my family. You have to take care of your family. I'm in business to build a legacy. And I know many of you all are in business to build a legacy. We have missions to accomplish. And to do that, we need money. That's it. So know that I'm here with you. I will continue to be here to support you in all our efforts in getting our money. Don't lose hope. We have to fight for, we have to just keep fighting, keep forging ahead, and keep working together and sharing resources and information to help each other. That's the way we're going to make it through this pandemic. That's the way we're going to rise and thrive during this time. So I encourage you all to do that. I'm still working on the grant tracker. It's almost done. but it's not complete. It's not perfect. We want it to be right and set up the website so you can go ahead and download and share it. But expect that to be coming. I will make an official announcement here on YouTube next week as soon as it's ready. That's the winning grant cheat sheet and checklist that I asked you all if you wanted it. If you want to, just drop your comment. And I will again make sure that we get that to you by next week. My team has really been working on it all week, and we want to make sure it's fantastic. Let me just say, because we had 2 meetings on it, but I want to make sure it's right. This is a winning grant application cheat sheet and checklist. So if you want to know, I can't guarantee you're gonna win anything, but I've won several. And so I know what it takes to win grants. And I know a lot of you all have been struggling and challenged. Like, I applied and I don't know what, I'm not getting it. This is going to help you. I'm giving you all kind of tips in here that is going to help you submit a winning grant application so you can get your money. So stay tuned for that. That's coming next week. Also, we have the She Boss Up. If you have not already signed up, registered, we have our She Boss Up grant that we launched, right? I launched this grant to help women in business. So if you're a woman business owner in the U.S., I would encourage you to apply. Applications open up September the 21st. And you have 5 days. There's a 5-day period in which the applications will be open. So right now you can register to get on our email list to be notified for as soon as that they open. There are 12 grant awards that will be given out. We're still accepting donations. This will be an ongoing grant. It started out of a need of COVID-19, but this will be an annual grant. So we're constantly building the fund. The more we can build the fund, the more money we can give out in grants to women in business. So I would encourage you to apply. The link is in the comments. You can just simply go to www.shebossup.com and register to apply. Bookmark it. Bookmark the website. Do share it out. So if you know a woman in business, men, I know you all are out there. If you know a woman in business in the U.S., please encourage her to apply. Again, this is us, again, doing more to help you women in business get access to funding that you need. We just want to do our part to empower you, to be empowered, to empower someone else, and then pay it forward. Okay. So this is a wonderful opportunity. And then all the awardees will be spotlighted. We will announce the awardees October the 16th. So we're super excited to be able to be in a position to be able to do this. We have 6 members in addition to myself that are on the grant committee, phenomenal powerhouse women that are successful in their own right. They are helping to judge all of the applications that will be coming in. So we look forward to reviewing your stories and your application. And we hope that you are one of the winners. So regardless, just know that you're a winner. You are qualified. So just apply. Start applying for all of these opportunities. They're coming out every single day, but you can't get anything if you don't apply. So you have a chance if you do apply. So we encourage you to do that as much as possible. Again, if you have not already subscribed to the She Boss Talk family, do that. Give this a thumbs up. Do share, because sharing is caring. Let other people know about this channel and what we're doing, and that they have a place that they can come to get money for their business, to come to get help, to succeed in their business, and to rise and thrive during this time. So you all have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back on later with another update. Stay safe and in good health. Have a great day.